far as pharmaceutical is concerned, the total market size is projected to reach about 473. What we have, secured here is the fast track regulatory fast track approval. So whichever units are stringent regulatory approval approved units are there. There they have assured that there will be a 90 days fast track marketing authorization without prior inspection and subject to submission of complete assessment dossiers. Wherever the inspections are required, which will be a few cases, that will also be done within 270 days. And recognition of GMP inspection, GMP inspection has already been done. That will also be recognized. Along with that, the pricing framework has also been prior built in this, so that constant issue of reference pricing has also been addressed. Marine products, again, Oman's import of marine products is 180 million. We right now are supplying about 7.75 million, so there is a lot of upside. And our shrimp and cuttlefish, which is the two most important, marine products which are consumed in Oman, they are going to have a lot of upside and a lot of export potential. Coming to the agriculture goods, import of Oman has risen from 4.551 billion to 5.97 billion, and it is rising at a very healthy 7 to 8% CAGR. India is currently holding about 10.24% share, indicating that there is a lot of potential. So India's export, has also been rising with this current SEPA. It is going to have a big boost, and major export items like basmati rice, parboiled rice, potato, onion, meal of soybeans, sweet biscuits, cashew kernels, etc. They are going to see a lot of benefit coming to them because of this SEPA. Coming to agriculture and processed food, we have excluded much of it, and these are the exclusions that are there, so that we can protect our domestic farmers and agro-processing industries. These are the key gains in agriculture products. I've already narrated that, and particular significance of eggs, where Oman has become the largest destination of our table eggs recently, and that is going to increase further because of the SEPA. Sugar confectionery, prepared potato, bread, pastry, cake, biscuit, edible oil, all of them are going to see a lot of increase, and we are all set to latch on to those that benefit that has been given, and our industry is also prepared for that, agro-processing industry. Coming to electronics, import of Oman in electronics is about 3 billion. India's exports is only 123 million. So as you have seen already, UAE, after the SEPA, we have increased our electronic export like anything, and that same story is going to be repeated in case of Oman. So there's a huge export opportunity. Coming to chemicals, again, I have already given you the main table also. Lot of increase, lot of scope in chapter 28, chapter 38. All the chemical export, we are strong there. Textile, again, major export interest of ours, and we also have a lot of upside in the textile also. Plastics, similarly, a lot of exports can go. Gems and jewelry, again, there is a good upside in gems and jewelry also, and with the zero duty gems and jewelry going there. Coming to the SPS TBT chapters, they are very, very wide. First of all, we have first time annex, this EIC annex is there, wherein from day one, the EIC certified products can go to Oman from day one. The TBT chapter also, promotes the transparency, identification of technical barriers, and the structured consultation mechanism. Pharma annex is there. Apart from that, halal certification have been, recognized by them. And very significantly, the ODO, basically NPOP framework of organic food certification has been also recognized from day one in this FTA. And fast track marketing authorization is there for the GMP inspection that I already told. coming to some of our region-wise gains, so this is cutting across India, which are the clusters which are going to immediately gain because of that. I have given that. This is an interesting story that you can follow up later on, also talking to these clusters and others. Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Delhi NCR, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab. Given the list of products and the clusters which are there which are going to benefit. So this is something very interesting to be followed up. Right. Particularly in the agriculture gains by the state have also been given. These are the major agriculture products where the states are going to gain. Labor intensive sectors have also been, special care has been taken so that there is a boost in employment and job creation and income support to the people. So these are the sectors which are being included. Now, comparing, what has Oman offered is, you can see 97.13% of the tariff value, immediate, elimination of tariff from day one itself. 2.21% is something which will come in 5 to 10 years. So all in all, only 0.66% is excluded. So 100%, almost 100% market access has been given. Whereas what we have given is we already have about zero duty in 25% of the tariff value. Another 47% we have given, so 72% has been given, and we have kept a lot of lines under exclusion also. These are the products which are under DEI, DEP, TRQ, and exclusion. You can just have a snapshot of this. That's it. Thank you.
Center man.
First of all, I think we'll welcome our minister to the press conference. And I can tell you, in India's history, I think he's the commerce and industry minister who's having maximum FTAs. So yesterday he inked his 6th FTA in his 6-year term. So I think maximum that he has achieved, and there are many more, hopefully, will come soon. So I think as far as the trade integration with the world, in a bilateral way, not through a WTO was done 30 years back. I think this is the phase when India is integrating with its trusted partners or the countries it wants to through a bilateral means, through various FTAs in a big way. So that is something I think, congratulations to you, sir, for inking the 6th one. Just I think Ajay has made a detailed presentation. As I mentioned, today is a thanksgiving to all of you for covering the FTA coverage very well and giving you more clarifications. So I'll just clarify 2-3 things. One, you will have this question, the Oman is a small market, why it is so important? One, it gives us, it's a country which is 2 hours from India. And 2 hours country near soaring, trade is best done when it is near soaring. And if you have got tariff predictability and a trusted partner, a friend country, then it adds up to the entire package. So now you have got tariff predictability on 85% of the tariff lines where you had tariffs which were lower. And now you have 98% of the tariff line, whether whatever they do with their MFN in future, for India it is a secured place. So this gives a very strong signal to our businesses. So that is one gain. The second gain is largely, as Ajay was alluding, in the biggest in the services sector, because it's a small economy, but the services imports are high. $13 billion, and we are a big services exporter across the world. We'll be very happy to do. Our relationship with the Gulf has been good. So this will open up, because herein they have opened up 100% FDI for India in most of the services sector. And then they have also given us mobility commitment, which you saw, and also mobility commitment in non-services, where our investments or our investors can take workers also along so that they can run their investment. So that is also something unique that they have done for India, and that will also enable us, I think, use this FTA. Third thing you need to see, this is I think the second bilateral FTA of Oman. After US, this is India. Others are all part of GCC, but on a bilateral basis, after US, they have done it with India. So this also signifies the relationship between India and Oman, and the importance that they attach to India, both as a market, both as a supplier. So I think that will also provide. Fifth, I think this is the first FTA where we have done a MRA on halal. Halal was an initiative initiated by our Honorable Minister in 2022, which we have now slowly made it mandatory for all our meat exports to multiple other geographies where halal is required. And this is first MRA where our halal certification will be required, recognized ipso facto. So that opens up, this is something that we have been trying to, that opens up this. Fourth, I think in the organic space, this is the first recognition of India's NPOP formally as a part of MRA in the Gulf region. So we didn't have this organic recognition, EU recognizes it. Australia, we have now done an MRA. Taiwan, we have done an MRA. New Zealand, we are discussing an MRA. But this is one in the Gulf, which is the first one. We didn't have it with UAE. And lastly, I think on the sectoral sector things, I think multiple goods, we will incrementally grow in all areas. But electronics, as pointed by him, is going to be, because electronics is one area where India is having double-digit growth for multiple years. Electronics is now going to be the second largest export from India, hopefully by the end of this year. And if that be the case, I think Oman becomes a very strong ground, because if we are able to produce more and more electronics, Oman will definitely become a good market for India. So I think it's a win-win proposition. We buy a lot of petrochemical products, energy products from them. That will keep on buying. There will be more purchases. The trade still, I think, is more or less balanced, favorable to their side. So there is scope to increase our exports. And in downstream industry of petrochemical, whereas we have given them market access, because that is also their strength, we have protected our sensitivities through right quota sizes, so that we give them market access, but don't open it up in a manner that our industry is impacted beyond a point. So I think that this has been a good balance of I think trade-off from both sides, and hopefully this will mean better for businesses on both Oman and India. With these words, request Honorable Minister to address the.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to all of you, and congratulations, because you are an integral part of our working in our ministry, and all the support, all the goodwill that you bring really encourages us to do more. A lot has been said. I think most of the technical aspects have been covered, but I'd like to share some very interesting factoids with you. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi on being conferred 2 awards during this visit. They are both an important demonstration of the love and respect that he has earned across the world. Interestingly, the Ethiopian award, the Great Honor Nishan of Ethiopia, was his 28th international recognition. And yesterday, he received the award of Oman, the highest award of Oman, the first class of the Order of Oman. That is his 29th global honor. It's really an honor and respect for 140 crore Indians, for each and every one of us, which he receives on behalf of the people of India. But the interesting part is that the Oman award is usually given only to heads of state, and for the first time it has been awarded to a head of government, Prime Minister Modi. Earlier award winners of the Oman award were Queen Elizabeth II, Nelson Mandela, Emperor Akito of Japan, King Abdullah II of Jordan, Queen Maxima of Netherlands and similar heads of state. He is the first head of government to be conferred this honor, which is a matter of pride for all of us and every countryman, every Indian. Interestingly, the engagements and receptions, a lot of which you are all very aware, through these 3-country trip were truly outstanding. Out of the box reception, engagements were deep and very, very personal. And one must remember that the King of Jordan is the 27th descendant of Prophet Muhammad. And the reception that Prime Minister Modi got by the 27th descendant of Prophet Muhammad during his visit to Jordan reflects his growing popularity, the growing acceptance, love and affection and respect that Prime Minister Modi receives from all the countries who follow the faith. And I think this clearly shows that Prime Minister Modi has emerged as the tallest leader of the global south, who is looking up to his leadership in the years to come to take care of their interests, to take care of the people who live in the global south countries. Incidentally, even in Ethiopia, the Honorable PM is the first head of state to get the award. Friends, the Prime Minister very rightly said the India-Oman Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement will energize our ties in the 21st century. And as he rightly mentioned, they have only one other bilateral FTA. They are a member of GCC and have FTAs with some countries through the GCC. They did an FTA with USA 20 years ago in 2006. And after 20 years, they chose only India as the second and only country with which they have done an FTA. You may remember, just to jog your memory a little bit, UAE, the first ever bilateral FTA was with India. Before that, they had never done a bilateral FTA. And they wanted to be sure that India will be the first with which UAE does it, demonstrating the importance that the Gulf region is placing on the India relationship. I must also share with you that this is the 6th FTA, as he mentioned, but all of them are with developed countries. Whether it's Mauritius, with whom we, under Prime Minister Modi, we've done 6 FTAs. 22nd February 21 with Mauritius, 18th February 22 with UAE, 2nd April 22 with Australia, the first phase, 10th March 24 with the 4-nation EFTA, 24th July 2025 with the UK, only a few months ago, and 18 December 2025 with Oman. Clearly demonstrating that India's thinking, his mind, approach is totally transformed. Now we don't do FTAs with other developing nations. Our focus is on the developed world, with whom we don't compete, we complement, and therefore open up huge opportunities for our industry, for our manufactured goods, for our services. Look at Oman. Their service imports is 1 lakh crore. Our exports currently in services only 5,000 crores. And we are a services-driven economy. Our services exports are growing about 6-7% every year. So you can imagine what huge scope we are opening up in Oman for our services exports. Similarly, it is important to note that marble blocks were banned for being exported from Oman. We are the first country for whom they have opened up marble blocks, which will now be available in India. from Oman, help the processing and marble industry, and instead of importing finished marble, we will now be able to provide jobs to our brothers and sisters and have India produced final marble tiles and marble flooring. This is the first time that they have opened up marble blocks. And the good part, it will replace our imports from Turkey. And we'll get good quality blocks from Oman. And they are better priced also. And in the competition, we'll get even better pricing. He has already highlighted to you how we'll get good opportunity in labor-intensive sectors that Mr. Bhadu just explained. Secretary explained how our workmen, and we already have 7 lakh Indians who are working in Oman. These 7 lakh Indians annually send 18,000 crores of remittances. So you can imagine how many families in India are benefiting from the large Indian diaspora in Oman. And yesterday's program was really a delight to participate in. You must have seen it on TV. And we celebrated 50 years of the first school for Indian children that was set up 50 years ago, was celebrated yesterday with 800, 900 children, their parents, teachers. And I tell you, the hall where the program was ground level plus 3 balconies. The top balcony we couldn't even see. All packed. Another auditorium nearby, also packed, where they could only see on the screen. Like in Bharat Mandapam, when we have programs of Prime Minister Modi, all the auditoriums and other halls also get packed. The same thing we saw in Oman yesterday. So friends, what I'm only trying to add to whatever factoids have already been given, and we'll share this presentation, you will have enough and more to cover over the next few days, I believe. But I really think this, without doubt, opens up huge opportunities for our brothers and sisters. They want to collaborate with us in space. They want to collaborate with us for their food security. They have already provided very intense investment opportunities for Indians with liberal rules and fast-track mechanism. Also for our pharma sector, which has huge potential. Automatic approval if they have recognized plants or recognized products from many countries, they will fast-track our approvals in Oman. The mobility that has been offered is unparalleled. Instead of 20% in quota for intercorporate transfers, they've increased it to 50%. Longer duration of stay from 90 days up to 2 years for intercorporate transferees. They have also given us an assurance that wherever Indians are investing in Oman, and that can become a gateway to all of Asia, all of the GCC, all of Africa, parts of Central Europe, for all of them, they will allow, other than Oman residents, the policy for Oman employees, 100% Indian employees. So a little bit of employees who will be Omanis by law, the rest can all be Indians. So we won't have to have diverse nationalities or take people from other nations. So our investment will provide jobs to our people. That's something, it's again for the first time they have done, and this will be a permanent facility. Even if they change their laws over there, this will remain entrenched in the FTA. So providing huge opportunities for employment both in India and in Oman. It's a binding commitment. They have mentioned about halal. For many years, 3-4 years, we have been trying to get the Gulf countries who are the largest users of halal, other than some other Islamic countries, to accept formal halal certified products rather than the current informal processes. We are going to focus on all the countries. We're going to engage with all 55 countries on a mission mode wherever halal certification is largely required, and we are going to insist that only formally approved halal certification should be accepted, because that is a proper process driven halal certification, and we want to make sure that their religious sentiments are respected through a formal and official halal certification process, rather than the irregular processes that have prevailed for many decades in this country. So all in all, a very, very powerful, very attractive FTA. Our organic exports will also get a boost, because for the first time our NPOP regime has been accepted in an FTA. Our EIC certified products will now be accepted straight away in Oman, will not require further testing. Any EIC, Export Inspection Council inspected product, will automatically be accepted in the Oman market. So many, many good first time achievements. Once again, congratulations to all of you, and I'm sure this will give a big boost to exports, goods, services, Ayush products, traditional medicines, promoting wellness, health and medical tourism. It will involve a lot of opportunities for our education and hospitals, health sector, to open up in Oman and provide jobs to Indian nurses, Indian technicians, Indian doctors. There's a lot of MRAs for cooperation in standards and conformity assessment. This CEPA reinforces our commitment to inclusive growth. It opens the doors for greater international trade, and it will benefit India's farmers, India's artisans, India's workers, while safeguarding the interests of our MSMEs and farmers and dairy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Question related to that.
Can you
Let him
introduce
moderate
yourself?
it.
Can you introduce yourself and just keep to the topic of the day, please?
So my name is Somesh Kolge. I work for ABP Mata. Sir, my question is only that the formal process for the halal certification, has it been authorized by the government, or is there going to be any authority or any independent body which is going to carry out the regular certifications of halal?
Formal certification under halal for export purposes has already been notified by the government in April of 2022. The process is already being implemented under the guidance of APIDA and under QCI. QCI is the one which is doing this certification with its empanel agencies. So it's already being done for certain products or certain geographies in the country.
For export only.
For export.
India we don't require.
For export purposes only, because when there is a requirement, you have to certify.
Yes, please. Siddharth?
Sir, since FTAs are signed after consultation with industry, and there's a good visa regime, and sir, one of the points which was mentioned was co-location of plants and facilities. Which are the sectors in which Indian industry is looking at investments in Oman, given that there are certain advantages in terms of natural resources which accrue there?
Logically, those which require natural resources would be the ones. For example, a large steel investment is coming up for producing green steel. There's a lot of interest in Oman to collaborate with India, because they have large land bank in Oman where we can invest, get green energy to convert to green hydrogen or green ammonia for onward export to the rest of the world, which will provide Indians an opportunity and both jobs for our Indian people. There's a huge amount of potential for locating in Oman the processing of their large volumes of marble. There's a huge amount of investment interest in education and healthcare sector. So every country recognizes India's strengths and is inviting Indians to come there, and therefore we have provided that only Indians can be engaged by our Indian investors to promote larger amount of jobs for our Indians. I believe some people are also looking at setting up battery manufacturing from India in Oman. Amity University has large number of education facilities there. Apollo Hospital has large number of health facilities, all of which has huge potential for growth. In fact, we had a very high-powered business delegation over the last 2 days with us in Oman. And I must tell you, the Omanis business persons are very excited about collaborating and cooperating with India. Already we have received an interest from the Oman Dairy to have a joint venture with Amul Dairy. And other dairies in India are also welcome to go and explore the potential there. So, sky is the limit both for export of goods, for export of services, for inviting investment from Omanis business persons and Oman Sovereign Wealth Fund to India, and for Indian investors to invest in Oman, thereby creating jobs for our young men and women.
Good afternoon, sir. Kriti Ambe from Informers Media. Sir, we understand that internal government approvals are already in place for the trade deal from both sides. So, just want to understand if the trade deal is effective or is there a forthcoming date when it will be implemented?
Thank you for asking that question. I had written it in my talking points. The US trade deal was finalized in 2006 between Oman and US, but it was operationalized only in January 2009, after almost 3 years. So the Oman Minister Kes and I have discussed and decided that this agreement we will try to operationalize within 3 months to set their record also right. Thank you. हम सबके लिए बड़ी गर्व की बात है कि माननीय भारत के लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री माननीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को इथियोपिया और ओमान दोनों में उच्च स्तरीय सम्मान देकर नवाजा गया है। इथियोपिया में ये पहले देश के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष या देश के हेड ऑफ स्टेट या हेड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट हैं जिन्होंने ये अवार्ड प्राप्त किया है। और इथियोपिया में द ग्रेट ऑनर निशान ऑफ इथियोपिया से नवाजा गया माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को। ओमान में भी प्रधानमंत्री जी को उनका 29वां अवार्ड 29वां अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर का सम्मान दिया गया, द फर्स्ट क्लास ऑफ द ऑर्डर ऑफ ओमान। ये एक प्रकार से बहुत विशेष अवार्ड इसलिए रहा कि इसके पहले ये अवार्ड सिर्फ राष्ट्रपति स्तर के जो हेड ऑफ स्टेट रहते हैं उनको ही दिया गया है। क्वीन एलिजाबेथ II को ये नवाजा गया है, क्वीन मैक्सिमा नेदरलैंड्स को दिया गया, एम्परर अकीतो जापान के उनको दिया गया, नेल्सन मंडेला साउथ अफ्रीका के इनको दिया गया, किंग अब्दुल्ला II जॉर्डन के उनको सम्मानित किया गया इस अवार्ड से। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री पहले प्रधानमंत्री है, हेड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट है, जिनको ये अवार्ड द फर्स्ट क्लास ऑफ द ऑर्डर ऑफ ओमान दिया गया है। और इन 29 अवार्ड के साथ मुझे लगता है एक विश्व भर का रिकॉर्ड भी बना है कि हमारे को तो कोई मिला नहीं और कोई नेता जिनको 29 अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर के अवार्ड आज तक दिए गए। मैं ये भी बताना चाहूँगा कि तीनों देशों की यात्रा में इथियोपिया, जॉर्डन और ओमान जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का स्वागत हुआ है, जिस स्तर का उनको सम्मानित किया गया है, जिस प्रकार की चाहे डिप्लोमेटिक एंगेजमेंट हो, चाहे बिजनेस एंगेजमेंट हो, व्यापार और उद्योग जगत के साथ, या वहाँ के लोगों के साथ, भारत के मूल के डायस्पोरा के लोगों के साथ, वहाँ के लोकल रेजिडेंट्स के साथ, जिस प्रकार का तीनों दृष्टिकोण से ये विजिट रहा है, ये अपने आप में ऐतिहासिक दौरा माना जाएगा। मुझे लगता है कि विशेषकर जॉर्डन के राजा जो प्रोफेट मोहम्मद के 27th डिसेंडेंट हैं, 27वीं पीढ़ी चल रही है प्रोफेट मोहम्मद की, जॉर्डन के राजा सीधा उस श्रेणी में आते हैं। उन्होंने भी जो सम्मान और जो आत्मीयता का रिश्ता दर्शाया प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के साथ, ये 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों के लिए बड़े ही गर्व और सम्मान की बात है। धन्यवाद। गुड प्रेजेंटेशन सबको सर्कुलेट करो और आप लोग ये जो मैंने फैक्टर्स निकाले ये याद रखो आगे से। थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी, वेल डन। प्रिया एंड हु एल्स वाज इन द टीम? फोटोग्राफर नहीं है हमारा? ये कुर्सी आता है।